Let us continue with the supplementary text reader today. The chapter that we were doing was the cop and the anthem. We will try to complete this chapter today. Okay. So, please tell me till which point we have done. Before we begin today's class, I want you to recapitulate with me the main things, main ideas conveyed throughout the story till this point. The first thing we came to know was that Soapy was a homeless man. Second thing is Soapy lived in Madison Square Park Bench, that is his home was just a park bench in Madison Square. Next we understood that Soapy wanted to go to prison on Blackwell's Island. Okay, these things we understood till this point of the story. Now I think we have completed till page number 27, right? Page number 26, right? So, please one of you tell me if we have done till which point of the story we have done. We will start from page number 26. Okay, thank you. So, we are going to begin from page number 26. Here, till this moment, we have understood that Soapy has been trying to get caught, okay, but for some reason he is not arrested by the cop, okay. We are going to begin from page number 26 today. So, open your book. Then he came to another cop standing in front of a big theatre. He thought of something else to try. He began to shout as if he had too much to drink. His voice was as loud as he could make it. He danced, he cried out, and the cop turned his back to Soapy and said to a man standing near him, "It's one of those college boys. He won't hurt anything. We have orders to let them shout." So, you see the fact that Soapy was not able to get the cop's attention was because he had a lot of, that means he was trying too hard to get caught, and the way he was acting, he wanted to act like a drunk man, okay. He was acting like a drunkard. He was acting like a drunkard because he thought that if he behaves like a man who is drunk, then maybe the cop might arrest him for misbehavior in a public place, right? But the cop, however, takes it in a very casual manner. He just tells another man that he is just a college boy and we have a order from the higher authority that we are not supposed to arrest the college boys. So, you can understand that Soapy is quite young, okay. Because if his presence makes the cop feel like he is a college boy, that means he was quite young, okay. Now, Soapy was quiet. Was no cop going to touch him? He began to think of the island as if it were far away as a star. He pulled his thin coat around him. The wind was very cold. Then he saw a man in a shop buying a newspaper. So, this attempt of getting caught also gets rebuffed. Nobody catches him. So, Soapy was very quiet because he realized that no cop was going to arrest him. He began to think of the island as if it were as far away as a star. That means he started thinking that reaching the island was just as impossible as reaching a star, okay. He pulled his thin coat around him. The wind was very cold. Already another indication that winter was coming and it was going to be very difficult for Soapy if he couldn't get a place to stay. Then again he starts doing another crime. Multiple attempts he tries to make. Then he saw a man in a shop buying a newspaper. The man's umbrella stood beside the door. Soapy stepped inside the shop, took the umbrella and walked slowly away. So, there was a man who was standing there. Now, this was the easiest thing to do to get caught, right? An umbrella thief. So it was a minor crime, nobody will give you a big punishment for that. And so Soapy had a good calculation that if I can steal the umbrella of the man was obviously going to report me to a cop, because it was a public place. It was a place which had lots of policemen nearby, and then obviously he would get caught. The man followed him quickly. Okay. The man saw that Soapy had taken his umbrella, and so the man followed him. "My umbrella," he said. "Oh, is it?" said Soapy. "Why don't you call a cop?" "I took it, your umbrella." "Why don't you call a cop? There's one standing at the corner." So Soapy was behaving in such a manner, he was as if assisting the man to call a cop. Now there is a twist in this place also. What is the twist? The man doesn't call a cop, and there is a reason for that. The man walked more slowly. Soapy did the same. Soapy wanted the man to follow him, to catch him rather, and to get him deported to a policeman. But this was not happening. He had a feeling that Soapy had a feeling that the man was not going to call the cop. He had a feeling that he was going to fail again. The cop looked at the two men. Both of them went near the cop, because Soapy was moving towards the cop with the umbrella which he had stolen from the man, and he supposed that the man might report him to the policeman, and so he was moving towards the cop. Okay. Said the umbrella man. "That is, you know how these things happen. If that's your umbrella, I'm very sorry. I found it this morning in a restaurant. If you say it's yours, I hope you will." So the man from whom Soapy tried to steal the umbrella was himself a thief, and that is the reason that man was hesitating to call the cop, and the man was afraid that Soapy was the rightful owner of the umbrella. Okay. So you see, the conversation is very funny. "It's mine," cried Soapy with anger in his voice. Okay. So he was very angry because of the situation. So he said, "It's mine." The umbrella man hurried away. The cop helped a lady across the street. Okay. So there is nothing different in Soapy's plans. The plan did not work out once more. Soapy walked east. He threw the umbrella. Yes, Ayantik. He threw the umbrella as far as he could throw it, because he was frustrated, and he took out his frustration on that piece of umbrella, and he threw it away as far as he could throw it. He talked to himself about cops and what he thought of them. He went on walking and he was talking to himself. These cops are such stupid people. I want to be caught, but they are not arresting me. They think that I am a king, I can do no harm. Because he wished to be arrested, they seemed to believe he was like a king who could do no wrong. Because he wished for that so much that the cops were not even considering him as a criminal. At last, Soapy came to one of the quiet streets on the side of the city. He turned here and began to walk south towards Madison Square. He was going home. Although home was only a seat in the park. This is very important. For Soapy, the home was not a building of brick and mortar, but it was just a park bench. It was a park bench. In his present life, his home was just a park bench. Okay. Now, but at a very quiet corner, Soapy stopped. This will be a turning point in the juncture of the story, and I remember one of you, I don't know if from this section or not, had asked me, what does the anthem in the story title means? Okay, what does the anthem refer to? Here we will get the answer that the anthem refers to the music or the melody which Soapy hears towards the end of the story. That means just now he would hear it, and how it brings about a change in his life. Okay. So look at this place. This is very important. So listen very carefully. But at a very quiet corner, Soapy stopped. Soapy stopped. Here was his old childhood home. Through one window, he could see a soft light shining. That had been his living room, where he had spent many happy, peaceful moments. Sweet music came to Soapy's ears and seemed to hold him there. Okay, so at a very quiet corner of the room of the street, he came across a building, a home in which he used to stay when he was a little boy. Okay, it was his childhood home, and through one of the window, he could see a soft light was shining. The light was not harsh or too much bright, but it was a soft light. And he remembered, he also looked at the living room, which used to be his living room. That means when he was a child, it was his childhood home, and he remembered that he had a lot of happy moments in that living room. Now sweet music came to Soapy's ears and seemed to hold him there. The music which was coming from that home, from that house, was like had a hypnotic trance over him. It was keeping him in a trance-like position. He couldn't move from that place because he was remembering about his past, about his happy childhood days. The moon was above, peaceful and bright. There were few people passing. He could hear birds high above him, and the music that came from the room held Soapy there, for he had known it well long ago. কোথায় সাইন করব? আচ্ছা আচ্ছা স্যার। So you see, Soapy wanted to stay in that moment, stay put in that moment, because he understood that it was very important for him Okay, who is saying I can't see you? Nishat, Hasibul also. Why? Is there something wrong with the camera? Okay, so see, Soapy was transfixed into that place because of the music. Because of the music, he could not go away from that place, and the music that came from the room held Soapy held there, for he had known it well long ago. In those days, his life contained such things as mothers and flowers and high hopes and friends and clean thoughts and clean clothes. Okay, so he thought back to the time when he was a little boy, when he had all the good things in his life. He had a mother, he had a good home, he had stability in his life, he had clean clothes, he had a clean hopes as well. Hopes means his dreams and aspirations, his purpose in life were very good. Okay, it was not polluted like it has become now. Now what does he wish to do? He wished to get caught, he wished to get arrested, but at that point in his life he was not like that. In those days, his life contained such things as mothers and flowers and high hopes and friends and clean thoughts and clean clothes. So underline this point, underline this line, this is very important. Because of remembering all these things, there was a sudden and wonderful change in his soul. He saw with sick fear how he had fallen. He saw his worthless days, his wrong desires, his dead hopes, the lost power of his mind. And also, in a moment, his heart answered this change in his soul. He would fight to change his life. He would pull himself up out of the mud. He would make a man of himself again. So at that moment, when he heard the music, when he saw his childhood home, there was a big change in his heart and his soul. Okay, he had a change of heart. He started thinking back to the problems which he had committed, the things he had done wrong, because of which he was in this situation. Okay, how he had taken the wrong choices in his life, how he had followed the wrong intentions, the wrong desires, the dead hopes in his life. All these things contributed to making Soapy the homeless man who he was now. And also in a moment, oh, this one I said. So he decided at this moment, when he realized that what he had done wrong in his past to get into this situation, at the same moment he also understood that he had to change himself. He had to pull himself out of the mud. He had to pull himself out of the bad situation in his life and to make an honest man out of himself. Come to the next page. There was time. He was young enough. He would find his whole purpose in life. So he was still quite young, as we have already understood that Soapy was not an old man. He was quite a young fellow. Okay, so he thought that he was not, time was yet not over. He had a lot of time in his hands, and then he decided that he is going to change his life. He would find his whole purpose in life and follow it. That sweet music had changed him. That means the anthem which was there, it had changed him. Okay. Tomorrow he would find work. Tomorrow he would find work. A man had once offered him a job. He would find that man tomorrow. He would be somebody in the world. He would. Soapy felt a hand on his arm. He looked quickly around into the broad face of a cop. The moment he decides that he is going to make an honest life out of himself, he is going to change his manners, he is going to find a job, at that moment he is arrested by a cop. What are you doing hanging around here? Asked the cop. Nothing, said Soapy. You think I believe that? That is, you think that I will believe that you are not doing anything? Full of his new strength, Soapy began to argue. Till this point in the story, we saw that every time Soapy came across a cop, he used to cooperate with them. He was overly friendly with them. And so the cops didn't even consider him as a criminal. But at this moment, when he started arguing with the cop was very angry, right? And it is not wise to argue with a New York cop. It is not wise for a person to argue with a New York cop. You shouldn't argue with a cop because they will get angry and they will arrest you, and that is what happened with Soapy as well. Come along, said the cop. 3 months prison on Blackwell's Island, said the judge to Soapy next morning. So the dream which he had towards in the beginning of the story, that gets fulfilled. But at this moment, this dream doesn't have anything to do with Soapy's life, because he had decided to change himself. He had decided to leave this life of a homeless, jobless man and to earn his own livelihood. But because of a turn in fate, because the cop arrested him, he is transported back to the beginning, to where he had started the day. He started the day with the dream that he wants to be arrested and put to prison on the Blackwell's Island for 3 months, and that is what he gets at the end of the story. Okay. So, did you have any problem in understanding the story? No problem. Okay. Thank you, students. We will discuss the question answers in the next class. Okay.